Idi Amin back in 1974. The two people closest to Corny. And so, along with you, they're ready to see today's scheduled lightweight fight, scheduled for 10 rounds, after this commercial message and a word from our local stations. The principals for today's fight are in the ring. Here's Bill Kaplan.
Presents the main event of the day from the beautiful Showboat Hotel in Las Vegas. The next event features lightweights, and it's scheduled for 10 rounds or less. Introducing first, in the red corner, fighting out of Anaheim, California, weighing in at 135 pounds, wearing the red trunks with the white stripes, the number 5 lightweight in the world from the Jackie McCoy stables, Roberto Elizondo. And fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the white trunks, the former WBC super featherweight champion, currently ranked number 1 contender in that division, weighing 134.5 pounds, from Uganda by way of London, now fighting out of Las Vegas, managed by the great Mickey Duff, weighing 134.5, Cornelius Boza-Edwards.
Referee Joey Curtis now with the final instructions. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape for both of these lightweights. Virtually the same, actually the same age. Their height is almost the same, so is their weight, with Boza-Edwards just a half-pound lighter, and the reach is virtually the same. Here in Nevada, they'll score under the 10-point must system. Referee Joey Curtis will not be involved in the scoring. The 3 judges at ringside will. And they are Hal Miller, Chuck Minker, and Dave Moretti. There's been controversy in this town about scoring vis-a-vis the Holmes-Cooney fight. So we're underway. Boza-Edwards in the white, the southpaw, taking on Roberto Elizondo in the red. Now, Elizondo has got a tough body attack. And yesterday, Boza-Edwards told me that he will outbox him and keep him from coming inside. That's the challenge for Boza-Edwards and the challenge for Elizondo as well. And we can see that Elizondo opens up with a body attack. The reason why Boza-Edwards has stepped up from super featherweight to lightweight in this bout, going to 134.5 pounds, is because he wants top flight competition. He has won 4 in a row since losing his title last August to Rolando Navarrete. And so in his quest to return to the summit, he wants high-caliber opponents, and he's willing to take the risk against Elizondo, who is rated number 7 as far as WBC is concerned in the lightweight division. We're in the opening round. Very little work for the referee, Joey Curtis, who is in his 20th year of officiating as the 3rd man in the ring. He has worked 8 championship fights. I want to remind you that we have more track and field in store for you tomorrow here on ABC. On Wide World of Sports, beginning at 4:30 Eastern, 3:30 Central and Pacific. The U.S. Outdoor Track and Field Championships from Knoxville, Tennessee. Among the participants, Carl Lewis, Billy Olson, and Evelyn Ashford. Quiet opening round here. Both fighters trying to establish themselves. Boza-Edwards is confident that his southpaw style will be difficult for Elizondo. Corny's best punch is the straight left hand. A big right hook delivered by Elizondo, and he has gotten off first here in the opening round. A lead right hand.
Now let's get out. Step back, let's box.
What both of these fighters have in common is that both have been knocked out by Alexis Arguello. And that's not too shabby, because he is world champion and most people agree one of the all-timers. Now that time Elizondo tried to lead right, but it was picked off by Corny. So far, Roberto hasn't been able to really work inside on Boza-Edwards. Remember that Elizondo's last fight was in November when he suffered a broken jaw at the hands of Arguello. And, of course, the big question mark, is his chin okay? So an inconclusive opening round except for a lead right by Roberto. We'll be back here in Las Vegas after this pause. Round 2 in Las Vegas. Cornelius Boza-Edwards in the white trunks. Roberto Elizondo in the red, and he connects again with the right hand and does a rat-a-tat-tat on the stomach of Corny. Everybody expected Elizondo to go immediately inside and work the body. That's his strength. But he's been chipping away from outside. Still early in the bout. You heard the ring announcer, Phil Kaplan, say that Elizondo was rated 5th by the WBC. In fact, he is rated 7th among the lightweights.
As they can. We've had a very busy afternoon, both here and in the Europe. Here in horse racing.
Elizondo has been successful with lead right hands. He has thrown the more powerful punches. So the crowd's alive after an action-packed second round. We are looking into the corner of Roberto Elizondo, and we apologize for any disruption in the telecast because of a power failure here in Las Vegas at the Showboat Hotel, but everything's a-okay now. Elizondo is a heavy underdog in this fight because of the reputation of Boza-Edwards and because he was the champion amongst the super featherweights only last summer. But he has a very good reputation as a body puncher. There you see how many days he hasn't fought in. It was actually since last November. And you can imagine how difficult it is for a professional boxer to come back from a broken jaw. We're in the corner of Boza-Edwards. His trainer, George Francis. His manager, Mickey Duff. Stoic-looking expression as Boza-Edwards comes out for round 3. There's a case to be made that Elizondo won the first 2 rounds. I thought the first one was sort of even, but he certainly sparkled in the second. So instead of a slugfest toe-to-toe, we got a boxing match in the opening 2 rounds. A left hook by Elizondo found the mark on the right side of Boza-Edwards' face. Roberto off to a very crisp start.
Nicely clean on left box.
Elizondo headhunting instead of working the body a lot more. They trade left hooks. Elizondo connecting to the body and now to the head. Now we're getting into what we expected. Toe-to-toe, both fighters working the body. A right uppercut by Boza-Edwards. Boza with a left hand to the right side of Roberto. Both fighters are very warm individuals. They're very gracious to each other, very polite before fight time, but it certainly is different now in the ring. And here in the 3rd round, we have seen them really tattoo each other with some body work. We're halfway through the round. A good straight left hand to the solar plexus delivered by Boza-Edwards. Boza with a lead left hand, and we have almost our first major clinch for Joey Curtis. Bit of a left hook by Elizondo that was off the high on the head of Boza-Edwards. Roberto Elizondo, originally from Corpus Christi, moved to Los Angeles, and under the tutelage of Jackie McCoy after his 11th professional fight, really came on strongly. Won 16 in a row before he lost to Alexis Arguello in a knockout last November. Boza-Edwards lost his super featherweight title last August. Since then has won 4 in a row, including the European Championship, and none of his 4 opponents saw the 6th round. A right hook by Boza-Edwards. That was his best punch so far. right on the chin of Elizondo. A lead left hand by Boza-Edwards, again on the chin of Elizondo. So Boza-Edwards now doing some sharpshooting as we head for the bell, and he connects with the left hand. We'll be right back.
Been defeated.
Boza-Edwards in the white with a left hand right on the face of Roberto Elizondo just before the bell, ending the third round. This is round 4, scheduled for 10. Lead right hand by Elizondo, kind of short. The third round was a sparkler for Boza-Edwards as he began to measure Elizondo and connect. Good left hand to the body by Boza-Edwards. Boza with a left uppercut to the face of Elizondo. Elizondo eats a left hand. This is not Roberto's game. He's too far away from Boza-Edwards, but it is indeed the way Boza-Edwards likes to fight. He likes to bring that left hand behind the jab. Elizondo's nose is bleeding, and so is his left cheekbone. Unless Roberto changes his ways, he's going to be a victim here for Boza-Edwards. He cannot outbox Boza-Edwards from this far away. There is blood smeared on the left side of Elizondo's face, and the cut could be higher than the cheekbone. It could be near the eye. A left to the body, and it was kind of low, and Boza was sorry for it. A good left hand by Elizondo, but a countering shot by Boza-Edwards. Elizondo came back with a right hand, and this one's really heating up. Lots of blood around the left eye of Roberto Elizondo. They've got lots of work during the break. It looks like it's right under the left eye, high on the cheekbone. So an important development here in round 4. Joey Curtis warning Boza-Edwards about holding his opponent and hitting at the same time. Elizondo remains on the outside. Boza-Edwards now picking away at that cut near the left eye of Elizondo. A left to the body by Boza-Edwards. They talked about Elizondo's body attack. Boza-Edwards, who, by the way, has a washboard stomach, can really deal out some punishment on the inside. A right uppercut by Boza-Edwards. A left hook by Elizondo. Tough 3 minutes for Roberto, and they've got to work on him. We'll be back for round 5 after this. Roberto Elizondo comes out for round 5 after his handlers worked on him furiously. In his corner, Jackie McCoy working on a cut high on the left cheekbone. They had a visit from the referee, Joey Curtis, who said if the cut continues to bleed badly, he will stop this fight. So Boza-Edwards in the white, poking away with the right hand, using his jab, trying to reopen the cut. Tough break for Roberto Elizondo. Lead right hand, and he scored, splitting the gloves of Boza-Edwards right on the chin. I don't understand why Elizondo is fighting Boza-Edwards from the outside. He must be mystified by the southpaw stance, but he does connect with a right hand on the chin of Boza-Edwards. He's insistent on fighting from long range. Who knows? Maybe it'll pay off. Right now, he's got a got a cut on his left cheekbone, which hasn't reopened as yet.
Let's get out there nicely, play leg box. Touch your head.
Rounds 3 and 4 belong to Boza-Edwards. Boza with a left hand high on the forehead.
Now let's get out there. We like to alert our local stations along the line that at the end of this round, we will take a station break.
unless, of course, there's a major development.
Now let's get out of here. Let's break even. Let's break. Okay, Bucks.
We're approaching the halfway mark of this scheduled 10-rounder. So far, the big event in the 4th round, a cut on the left cheekbone of Roberto Elizondo in the red trunks. And in his corner, Jackie McCoy has done a pretty good job because that cut has not reopened here in the 5th. Joey Curtis warning both fighters about butts, or as Boza-Edwards describes it, head crushers. Elizondo retaliated a jab with a countering right hand that hit Boza-Edwards on the chin, and now the cut is reopened on the cheekbone of Elizondo. He's wiping it away from his left eye with his left glove, and of course that is a big problem. Right hand by Elizondo, right uppercut by Boza-Edwards. Edwards with a right hook. Edwards with a left hand, but a countering right from Elizondo. So Roberto's highly competitive here despite the cut. We'll be back with more of this lightweight fight after this word from our local station. Sal Marciano ringside in Las Vegas, round 6. Boza-Edwards in the white, Elizondo in the red. The cut near his left eye has not affected Roberto. That was inflicted in the 4th round by Boza-Edwards, as Jackie McCoy has done a terrific job on the cut. In the 5th, Elizondo was highly competitive. Between rounds, we listened in on the corner of Boza-Edwards, and they told him to return to the jab. Stop slugging so much with Elizondo. Work on the eye. A good left hand by Elizondo on the right side of Boza-Edwards' face. And you see Boza measuring him and then throwing the straight left. Keeping him at bay with the left hand and then scoring with the left hand. That's with the left hand. Roberto let him get away with that. Should have moved sideways. Counter. And that is part of Elizondo's problem. He is straight up there to be hit. No lateral movement. Very few defensive skills. He certainly is game. And now the cut near his left eye has reopened. Blood streaming down his face. A right hand lead by Elizondo. That's a punch that worked for him early in the fight. He has returned to it. And it is something that is baffling Boza-Edwards. Boza with a right-left combination to the head of Elizondo. Elizondo again with a right hand. Another left-right combination by Boza-Edwards. It's been this way since the opening bell. Hardly any clinches at all. A left uppercut and a right uppercut, both delivered by Boza-Edwards. Corny just picking him apart with shots to the head as well to the body. Elizondo scores with a lead right hand again. But that's all he's doing. He's not following up on those shots. He certainly left his jab at home if he had one. Boza-Edwards very purposeful here. He is taking what Elizondo is leaving, and that is the ability to hit Elizondo with left hands and lead left hand. Two right hooks by Boza-Edwards. The first one connected, the second one missed. And now Elizondo wants to get closer to him, but he's not having any success. More blood coming from Roberto's face as we head for the bell. Round 7 in Las Vegas is scheduled for 10. Battle of lightweights. Cornelius Boza-Edwards in the white has had his way the last 4 rounds since inflicting a cut near the left eye of Roberto Elizondo in the red. Jackie McCoy, the trainer for Roberto, has had to work on that cut since the 4th, and most of the time he's done well, stopping the flow of blood. But inevitably, Boza-Edwards pecks away and reopens the cut near the end of the round. It's getting late for Elizondo. We're in the 7th. And we think, anyway, that Boza-Edwards has won the last 4 rounds. once again, Boza-Edwards keeping Elizondo away from him. And that is Roberto's strength. And he's doing it with his boxing skill. Look at his jab. Look at that lead left hand. Elizondo not only battling Boza-Edwards, but battling the flow of blood near his left eye. A right hook by Boza-Edwards, and up comes the head of Elizondo. Once in a while, Roberto comes up with a tough shot, but it's mostly Boza-Edwards. Mickey Duff, the manager of Boza-Edwards, very animated in the corner. Mickey Duff, in the last 2 years, has seen 3 of his world champions lose their titles: Alan Minter, Jim Watt, and Maurice Holt. Right now, Boza-Edwards, the #1 contender among the super featherweights, and he wants a rematch with Rafael Limon, the man he took the title away from last March, but then he lost the title to Rolando Navarrete in August. Elizondo is game. He's starting to get closer to Boza-Edwards, but Boza is really doing the scoring. And once again, the cut on the left cheekbone of Elizondo reopens. More flow of blood. Therefore, more work for Jackie McCoy in the corner. Straight left hand by Boza-Edwards. Right uppercut by Boza-Edwards. Another good 3 minutes of work for Corny. We'll be back with round 8. Round 8 in Las Vegas. Boza-Edwards piling up the points against Roberto Elizondo. Neither fighter has been down. Elizondo has been fighting with a cut near his left eye since the 4th round. Back in 1976, Boza-Edwards was in Montreal representing Uganda in the Olympics, but the Ugandans boycotted the games because of the presence of the New Zealand team. So the All-African walkout cost him a chance at an Olympic appearance. He probably would have fought Howard Davis, who went on to win a gold medal for the United States. So in his lifetime, he's been denied a shot at participating in the Olympics. As you saw in our up-close and personal report, Boza-Edwards had to leave his country at the tender age of 14 because of the terror of Idi Amin. Thanks to Jack Edwards, a tea planter in Uganda, he was able to move to England. Matter of fact, added the name Edwards to his own. Married a British woman, but after childbirth, she died of a kidney disease. He had to overcome that. He's been taking care of his daughter, Michelle. Matter of fact, lives back in England with the grandmother, who lost 2 daughters. Not only the woman who married Corny, but also the other sister. She died of the same kidney ailment. So within 6 months, Boza-Edwards lost his wife and his sister-in-law. So his daughter is now with the grandmother. He believes that's the proper way for her to grow up. A lot of sadness in his life. Losing the world title was the least of which. Left hand by Elizondo, but notice how Boza-Edwards continues to pile up the points. A right hand by Elizondo, and that's the one punch that has mystified Boza-Edwards in this particular confrontation. Otherwise, he's had his way. But those right-hand leads have found the mark for Roberto. 2 straight jabs, 3 straight jabs, both by Boza-Edwards. A right hand by Elizondo. Elizondo with a left hook. Roberto coming back in this round. A right hook delivered by Boza-Edwards, but a left hook delivered by Elizondo. A right hand by Boza-Edwards in response to a right hand by Elizondo. Elizondo with a right hand. This is a sensational round. Roberto with a right hand. And Boza-Edwards here is being suckered into a slugfest. A right hand by Elizondo. Another right hand. Elizondo is really scoring well on Boza-Edwards. It is Boza-Edwards who's not moving enough. himself. It is Boza-Edwards who's not jabbing enough. And Roberto Elizondo with that cut near his left eye, fighting valiantly. Sensational round. The 8th was a war, and Boza-Edwards is going to get a stern lecture for not boxing Elizondo. Instead, he slugged with him, and he came out second best in that 8th round. Of course, back in the corner of Roberto Elizondo, they are working furiously on that cut, as they've been doing since the 4th. Here's some slow motion action from that round. Notice the blood on the left cheekbone of Elizondo as he fights back. It's blinding him, but he certainly was accurate in that round. Look at that left hook and that right cross, both by Roberto. Another left hook, another right cross. Boza missing for the first time frequently in this fight. Another angle. Right hand by Elizondo. At least Boza-Edwards established that he can take a punch, but what a way to prove it. Round 9 scheduled for 10. And let's see if Roberto Elizondo can continue his assault. Edwards trying to keep him away with that jab. My, oh my. Boza-Edwards took some hard right hands in that 8th round. And he comes back here in the 9th, working with the jab. This is the way he can beat him. What a right hand by Elizondo again, and a left uppercut. Boza-Edwards is unmarked. That cut high of the left cheekbone of Elizondo has been a nuisance since the 4th round. Roberto trying to unload that lead right hand again. Boza-Edwards ducked underneath that right hand as it whistled by. Right-left combination by Boza-Edwards. Elizondo is standing there. He's not attacking, not getting off first. He's got to get off first. Once again, here in the 9th, Boza-Edwards has established his jab. Roberto trying to get in there, trying to make it an alley fight. A left hook and a right cross by Elizondo. Blood coming out of the mouth of Boza-Edwards. Left hook by Elizondo. Another left hook by Roberto. A straight left hand by Boza-Edwards. Again. Blood now coming out of the nostrils of Boza-Edwards. Evidence that he has been tagged. Straight left hand by Boza-Edwards on the chin of Elizondo. A furious pace, and we're in the 9th. If you're scoring at home, who do you like in this round? Very even. Maybe a shade more to Roberto. Took by Elizondo. That caught Boza-Edwards on the head. Once again, the cut on the left cheekbone of Elizondo is reopened, but he is rumbling with Boza-Edwards as we head for the bell and then the final 3 minutes. And we'll be right back. We begin the 10th and final round. Roberto Elizondo has been fighting valiantly since the 4th round with a cut. There is Ramiko Boza-Edwards watching her husband now in the final 3 minutes. Corny was told in his corner by his manager, Mickey Duff, to fight this last round as if he needs it to win. And he is tagged by a right hand on the chin delivered by Elizondo. Those lead right hands have haunted Boza-Edwards since the 1st round. He piled up a lot of points in the middle rounds. But Elizondo came back in the 8th and the 9th. Neither fighter has tasted the canvas. Elizondo has been fighting with that cut since the 4th round.
Break clean. That's it. I want you to break clean. Okay. Headland fire.
Remember, here in Nevada, they score it by the 10-point must system. 3 judges at ringside will do the judging if it goes the distance. Elizondo with the right hand. Boza-Edwards now cut over the right eye. And blood is pouring out of his cut. And so the tide changes here as suddenly Roberto has a bit of an edge. He has got Boza-Edwards bleeding from the right eye here in the last round. Edwards with a straight left hand to the head. Elizondo with a left uppercut. Edwards trying to muscle him off as blood comes out of his right eye. Elizondo tagged him with a right hand. They're toe-to-toe as they head for the final bell. We got a little bit less than a half of the round to go. Now they're working the body as we head for the last bell. Elizondo should be pecking at that right eye. Big right hand, the right hook delivered by Boza-Edwards on the head of Elizondo. These fighters are tireless. Less than a minute to go in the fight. Elizondo just going for broke, working the body of Boza-Edwards. Edwards takes a right hand to the head. Showtime here in Las Vegas. What a treat. A right hand by Boza-Edwards. Edwards rattling Elizondo. Elizondo coming back with his own shots. 30 seconds to go. Elizondo almost went down because of a straight left hand. Elizondo is fading now suddenly. He's pitched forward, leaning against Boza-Edwards. Boza fighting so well with that cut in his right eye, delivers a left hand to the chin. 10 seconds to go. They go the distance. They're both cut. A standing ovation for Cornelius, Boza-Edwards, and Roberto Elizondo. What is left now is the arithmetic, and we'll be back with the official decision here at the Showboat Hotel and Casino after this pause.
All right, fight fans, a real great fight. How about a hand for both of these great warriors? And now the decision. We have a unanimous decision. Chuck Minker scores the fight 97-93. Dave Moretti scores the fight 96-94. Hal Miller scores the fight 96-94. All in favor of the winner, Cornelius Boza-Edwards.
Boza-Edwards sinks to his knees and raises his arms in victory because it was so hard-earned. He piled up his points in the middle round.
All right, for the TV camera.
As far as I was concerned, he was most effective the 3rd through the 7th. Elizondo came back in the 8th, 9th, and 10th. Let's give you those cards once again. Hal Miller had it 96-94. Chuck Minker had it 97-93. And Dave Moretti had it 96-94. Roberto Elizondo heads back to his dressing room. He fought valiantly. This guy had a cut from the 4th round on. And he certainly rumbled with Boza-Edwards. Matter of fact, inflicted a cut on Boza's right eye in the 10th round. But Corny was tough, and he has joined us here at ringside. Corny, before the fight, you said, I know I'm taking a chance against this fellow because he is very tough, but this is the only way to prepare for a title shot.
Right. I mean, the guy gave me the hardest fight I could record for a 10-round fight. And we were right there toe-to-toe, and this prepares me for the bazooka return fight. And I'll be in great shape.
I've got to ask you about those right-hand leads you were tagged a lot with.
Yeah, if you remember last time I fought Bobby Chacon here, he hit me with so many right hands, and he knocked me out in the 9th round. This guy was told that I can get hit easy with the right hands, and he tried everything he knew.
Corny, I know you've got to rush off and mend that right cut. I want to ask you about that sensational 8th round.
That was a war. It was a war.
Short but sweet, and that's what it was. Congratulations, Cornelius Boza-Edwards, and we look forward to seeing you back in the ring trying for the championship that you lost last year. And that wraps it up. From Las Vegas, this is Sal Marciano at ringside. Want to tell you the travel arrangements made through and a promotional fee paid by United Airlines. United flies more people to Hawaii than any other airline. That's what friendly skies are all about.
Guy Villegas, the 20-year-old out of Eugene, Oregon. Record of 17-1, 11 by knockout.